Hello, and it's the Warpforge with another Arkham file. So we're going on to the last henchman in the start set with the Arkham City Joker, and that is, well, the Ringmaster. He's one of the heavy hitters type of henchman in your arsenal, basically. We'll go through his name first. So his name is unknown, alias Ringmaster. His rank is henchman, and he is affiliated to the Joker gang. So, two and two together. I call him the Nutcracker myself because of the way I've painted him. I wanted him to look a bit more like the Nutcracker, like Christmas ornament. So, again, I thought it was quite funny. So, we'll go on to the stat line. So, the stat line is Strength 4+. So, that's decent for a henchman. So power's 5, roughly average for a henchman. Movement 2, average. Attack 4, that's quite nice for a henchman. Defense 3, average for a henchman. Endurance 7, which is quite a lot for a henchman. And Special 3. So again, he's very, like I say, he's a heavy hitter. But this goes into account for his reputation cost, which I'll go on in a minute. So he's not something to be sneezed at, but something to be looking out for. So, his personal traits. He has Catcher's Gear. That basically means that if any enemy models use the heavy roll against him, it's negated. It doesn't happen. His armour, what he wears, just doesn't feel it, basically. He is an elite for the Circus Gang, so you can only pick one type of elite. This is one of the elites, unless you have Mr. Hammer, in which case you can take multiple elites from the Circus Gang. He is unpredictable, so he can spend his special counters as wildcards for movement, attack, and defense. So that's quite handy to have, actually. And he has a 360 attack with his chain. So as a chain, that basically means, like Harley's mallet, anyone within 3 centimeters, as long as you spend an attack and special counter, you have to attack all models, within 3 centimeters of this guy. So again, he's not too shabby. He is a heavy hitter for your force. His reputation is 32 and his funding $0. So 32, immediately that's quite expensive-ish for a Joker's gang henchman. But as you can see from the stats and the traits, it's already paying off. Now his weapon is a bit 50-50. His weapon is obviously called the Chain. It is damage of 1 stun. That's why it's a bit iffy. His rate of fire, all it says on the card, Cadence. This is one of the first edition cards I'm reading out. Rate of fire is nothing and ammo is nothing because it's a melee weapon. It's special, it's reach and tough. So basically reach allows them to attack enemies up to 3 centimeters away with the melee weapon of the chain, and tough adds +1 to strength. So his strength becomes 3+ when damaging with a chain. So that's quite good. So what's his strengths? Well, he's not very aggressive. You can throw a ton of attacks in because of unpredictable. But if you're doing that, then most likelihood is you want to be whittling away your opponent's counters and willpower. So for other heavy hitters or free agents or leaders to get in there and start smacking about whatever you've targeted in the previous activation with this character. Otherwise, on a one-on-one basis, he's going to take some damage, but he's not going to have the damage output, I'm afraid. What he is good for is very defensive. He can deny objectives, so if your opponent's near his objectives or her objectives, and you want to be next to their objectives to stop them gaining victory points, slam them in, just provoke them and irritate them with that chain and unpredictable. You can have potentially up to 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks with unpredictable from the special and the attack counters, so that's already quite a bit. 7 attack isn't to be sniffed at. Additionally, what you can also do is rush them up, get him to your objectives, and then just have him setting objectives. Because, again, he's not going anywhere, and if an opponent tries to deny the objectives, most likelihood is you've went for an aggressive route, and you'll have other henchmen or free agents or leaders nearby, even sidekicks. He's going to take some damage, but he's meant to because he's Endurance 7 with Catcher's Gear. He'll irritate it back, and then you'll have someone like, I don't know, Croc or Mr. Hammer go in and just go, BAM! So he's very much a defensive character. And support. So he doesn't really one-on-one very well, but with other people, he can certainly bully his way into a place in your lists. Again, for 32 rep, it's expensive what he does, but you will get a 32 rep out as long as you play him right. So what's his weaknesses? Well, his weaknesses is that he can be 1v1 by anyone stronger than him, like even other free agents. He doesn't like guns, so Captain Boomerang will whittle his willpower down. And remember, he might be insurance 7, but he's only willpower 5. So you can lose up to 3 willpower, so that makes him down to willpower 2. You don't want that on this guy because you want as many counters as possible. He doesn't like guns, he doesn't like Captain Boomerang, he doesn't like anyone who will target him or overwhelm him, potentially. He doesn't like big guys like Croc or Deathstroke again. But that should be like saying, so that's like a named character versus a goon. So he doesn't really like them. That's all I have to really say about him. Personally, in my experience, I've enjoyed using him, but when I've come up to other henchmen, I prefer other henchmen because I'm more of an aggressive player myself. I would think, especially when it comes to Joker's gang, because he has the weapons and he has the crippling tools to do stuff. So that was this video. That's the whole Joker start set as well. So I hope you've enjoyed. We will move on to hopefully the next batch, which will probably be the set 1 blister, then set 2, and then set 3, of course, and then the elites somewhere in there, and then the Titan Thug. We're going to do all the henchmen, as many as I've got possible. So thanks for watching. If you liked what you listened to, then please give this video a like and subscribe for more Arkham files, especially on the Joker's gang. If you want to talk about anything or how this guy's worked for you, then please comment below. Any advice is appreciated, and I love talking about Batman with you all. If you've got a friend who needs advice to start the foundations of his own Joker's gang, then please give this video a share around, get the name out there, and hopefully give some helpful advice for your opponents for a good game. So, thank you for watching. This is the Warp Forge, signing out, and remember, keep on forging.